public meeting will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor,
Here.
Office Mayor,
Here.
Controller,
Present.
Corporation Counsel,
Here.
Office Management and Budget,
Here.
President Borough of the Bronx,
Here.
President Borough of Brooklyn,
Here.
President Borough of Manhattan,
Here.
President Borough of Queens,
Here.
President Borough of Staten Island.
Here.
The clerk please call the first calendar item.
New York City Department of Information Technology and Telecommunications, calendar item number 1. In the matter of the intent to seek franchise and concession review committee approval relating to a proposed second amendment to a public communications structure franchise agreement between the City of New York and City Bridge LLC that will modify 1. The schedule and deployment of structures to be installed, 2. The criteria applicable to sitting of each structure, 3. The provision of ancillary services, and 4. The timing of franchise compensation payments. Please be advised at the request of the agency, this item will be held over to the June 13th, 2018 FCRC public meeting, which will take place in the 14th floor auditorium at 2 Lafayette Street, Manhattan, at 2:30 p.m. Any changes to the schedule, which will result in a special public meeting, being scheduled prior to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting, will be noticed in the city record and as required by Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Will you please call the second calendar item?
New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, calendar item number 2. In the matter of the intent to seek franchise and concession review committee approval to utilize a different procedure pursuant to Section 1-16 of the concession rules of the City of New York to enter into a sole source license agreement with Bryant Park Corporation for the operation and maintenance of Bryant Park in Manhattan, including the operation of food concession, special events, a carousel, newsstands, seasonal markets, an ice skating rink, and other visitor services and events authorized by park. Please be advised at the request of the agency, this item will be held over to the June 13th, 2018 FCRC public meeting, which will take place in the 14th floor auditorium at 2 Lafayette Street, Manhattan, at 2:30 p.m. Any changes to the schedule, which will result in a special public meeting being scheduled prior to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting, will be noticed in the city record and as required by Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Will the clerk please call the third calendar item?
New York City Department of Transportation, calendar item number 3. In the matter of the intent to seek franchise and concession review committee approval to utilize a different procedure pursuant to Section 1-16 of the concession rules of the City of New York to negotiate a sole source license agreement with Hub 3rd Avenue Merchants District Management Associations, Inc., or 3rd Avenue BID, to provide for the operation, management, and maintenance of a pedestrian plaza located at 3rd Avenue East, 149th Street, Willis Avenue, and East 148th Street in the Borough of Bronx, including through DOT-approved events, sponsorships, and sub-concessions, including but not limited to providing for the sale of any of the following: prepared food, flowers, locally grown produce, or locally manufactured products, merchandise such as souvenirs or t-shirts that promotes the neighborhood or the 3rd Avenue BID, and other similar merchandise within the licensed plaza. Please be advised that at the request of the agency, this item will be held over to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting, which will take place in the 14th floor auditorium at 2 Lafayette Street, Manhattan, at 2:30 p.m. Any changes to the schedule, which will result in a special public meeting being scheduled prior to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting, will be noticed in the city record and as required by Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Will the clerk please call the fifth calendar item?
New York City Department of Transportation, calendar item number 4. In the matter of the intent to seek franchise and concession review committee approval to utilize a different procedure pursuant to Section 1-16 of the concession rules of the City of New York to negotiate a sole source license agreement with the Grand Central District Management Association, Inc., to provide for the operation, management, and maintenance of pedestrian plaza located at Park Avenue West and Pershing Square East between East 41st Street and East 42nd Street in the Borough of Manhattan, including through DOT-approved events, sponsorships, and sub-concessions, including but not limited to providing for the sale of any of the following: prepared food, flowers, locally grown produce, or locally manufactured products, merchandise such as souvenirs or t-shirts that promotes the neighborhood or the Grand Central Partnership, and other similar merchandise within the licensed plaza. Please be advised that at the request of the agency, this item will be held over to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting, which will take place in the 14th floor auditorium at 2 Lafayette Street, Manhattan, at 2:30 p.m. Any changes to the schedule which will result in a special public meeting being scheduled prior to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting will be noticed in the city record and as required by Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the actual fifth calendar item?
New York City Department of Parks and Recreation calendar item number 5. In the matter of the intent to seek franchise and concession review committee approval to utilize a different procedure pursuant to Section 1-16 of the concession rules of the City of New York to authorize the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation to enter into an amendment to the existing license agreement between Parks and Statue Cruises LLC for the operation of 3 landing slips at the Battery for the purposes of embarking and discharging passengers on a regular schedule in the operation of passenger ferries between the Battery and Liberty and Ellis Islands, embarking and discharging passengers of vessels on sightseeing cruises and other ferry operations, which may include but not be limited to ferry service to Governor's Island and day and night charter of vessels owned, operated, or chartered by Statue Cruises LLC. Please be advised that at the request of the agency, this item will be held over to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting, which will take place in the 424 Auditorium at 2 Lafayette Street, Manhattan at 2:30 p.m. Any changes to the schedule which will result in a special public meeting being scheduled prior to the June 13, 2018 FCRC public meeting will be noticed in the city record and as required by Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Clerk, can we adjourn?
We ask that reporter make the entire public meeting agenda, which was made publicly available and distributed at this meeting, part of the final record of this proceeding. That completes this calendar.
Adjourn. Thank you.